In today's lecture, we are moving on to discuss about the fabrication technique of composite called filament winding. So, introduction. What is this filament winding process? It is the process used for the production of composite products with high fiber volume fraction and controlled fiber orientation. So, it is a composite manufacturing technique in which the resin impregnated fibers are wound on a rotating mandrel at the specific orientation. You take the fibers and impregnate in a resin bath, and once it is impregnated, then you wind the fibers over a rotating mandrel and then produce a composite. This process is suitable for making the cylindrical shaped hollow parts. Okay, so depending upon the design of the mandrel, you get the composite. Mostly on the cylindrical shaped hollow parts you get out of in the process. So nowadays this process is automated. So with a very less without human involvement, if once the design is set and the process is set with the help of a computer, so it will happen automatically. So this process is suitable to manufacture small to large scale products and from low to high volume production, and it is well known and established production for mainly for the thermosetting polymers. Okay, so this is the schematic diagram of this process. You can see here, this is the fiber creels, from where through these creels the fibers move over the resin bath tank. There is a resin bath tank in which there are some guide rollers present. This resin bath tank contains the resin, which is a thermoset resin. Okay, so this fiber creels are transferred from the creels. It will move and then dip inside this, impregnate inside this resin bath. And once it is impregnated, what will happen? It will just exit from the resin bath, and there is a resin wiping device. This wiping device is used to wipe out the excess resin that is present on the surface. So once it is wiped out, it will move on to the carriage. Okay, there is a carriage here. This carriage will actually make this winding happen in the mandrel. Okay, so this carriage will move from in a lateral way, from left to right and right to left, like that. This carriage will move similar to in the mill spinning. Also, you may have observed there will be a carriage which will move in the lateral direction, that will wind the impregnated fibers over the mandrel. Okay, this is a rotating mandrel which will be rotating. So this barrel will be this mandrel will be rotating, and carriage will be moving from left side to right side in the lateral movement, so that it will be wound in a particular angle, or say in a particular orientation. And once it is wound, depending upon whatever amount you need to wind, and after that this is cut here. So these fibers are cut from here, and then this mandrel will be taken to the drying, where it will just be dried, because it contains the resin, so it has to be dried before curing. So it will be exposed to drying. The drying can be done by using an infrared radiation. So it will be dried, and after it is dried, it will be kept in a curing oven. There is a curing oven because it is a thermoset polymer. The resin bath contains thermoset polymer. So in that case, if it contains a thermoset polymer, so what has to be done? It has to be cured in a high temperature. Okay, so this is different from the thermoplastic polymer. In thermoplastic polymer, it is the cooling process which do the curing. You see, in the thermoplastic, when you apply high temperature, it will be in a molten form. But when you cool it, what will happen? It will solidify. There, the cooling process is responsible for the composite formation, where it will get cross-linked. But whereas here in the thermoset type of a polymer system, you have to apply the high temperature. The curing happens at the high temperature. That is the difference. So for this process, what are the materials used in this process? If you observe, the reinforcement used is the glass fibers, like E-glass or S-glass you can use, carbon fibers, aramid fibers, and then boron fibers. What are the matrices used? It is a thermoset. I have told you, whatever thermoset resins like epoxy, polyester, polyvinyl ester, phenolic resins, these can be used. And if you see the components present in the filament winding, there are four important components. One is the fiber creel, resin impregnation system, carriage, and rotating mandrel, which I have just explained you. This is the fiber creel, resin bath system, then carriage, which is here shown here, and the rotating mandrel. These four are the main components in the filament winding. And apart from that, there are controlling parameters that influence the filament formation. What are they? One is the fiber tension, then next is the winding speed, then design of the resin bath, viscosity of the resin, and winding pattern and carriage pattern. So all these are the controlling parameters that influences the filament winding. So which is the most important parameter here? That is the fiber
Winding
tension. Fiber tension or winding? Yes, you are right. It is winding, but winding in the sense it is the fiber tension. Okay, you are right. It is the winding, but not the winding speed. It is the winding tension. Okay, that is the fiber tension. So here, why the fiber tension is most important? Because fiber tension is the one which decides the compactness of the composite. Okay, so if you keep a high fiber tension, in that case, what will happen? It can make a compact structure if you increase the tension, but the problem is fiber tension also affect the percentage of the reinforcement and the porosity content. Okay, so it will how much amount of fibers to be present, that is decided by, that is also decided by the fiber tension. Okay, so for example, if you make a high tension, if you are winding it over that, so the structure becomes too much compact, so that the fiber content will increase. The fiber content in a composite will increase. That is a percentage will increase. Say 70% fibers will be there in a composite, and 30% will be the matrix. So fiber content will become higher and the structure will become compact, so that what will happen? Porosity will get reduced. Too compact structure will, what will happen? It is the porous structure which is present in the composite that will get reduced. So the fiber tension depend upon how much of a tension you have to keep. That depends upon the type of the fiber, its geometry, and the winding pattern. And the important thing is, if you keep a high fiber tension, you may achieve the high compactness and the fiber percentage of fiber reinforcement and porosity content. But too high fiber tension also lead to the fiber breakage. Okay, otherwise it will create a fracture. It will make the surface brittle, so that if any kind of a small crack happens, that will propagate very fast and it will lead to fracture. So there should be a limit, like 90 to 110 is the winding speed. That is kept in such a way that the fiber tension is maintained, 90 to 110 meters per minute. So for better understanding of this process, which I have just shown you in this figure, just I will show you a small animation that is a very best animation ever to understand this process, developed by Huntsman. Just watch this animation. So this is the creel, this is the resin bath, and this is the carriage. So here some fibers from the creel are impregnated in this resin bath, and after that it moves over to the carriage, from where this carriage moves in the lateral direction to wind the impregnated fibers over this rotating mandrel. Okay, you can see the movement of the carriage from in the lateral direction. It moves from left to right and right to left. Okay, so that it will be several movements will take place, because then only we can achieve the desired thickness. And once the winding operation is complete, it is cut, and then it will be sent for infrared drying. Okay, so first an initial curing, that is a drying. First they dry it with the infrared lamp, and after that it will be sent to curing. This is the curing chamber. So here, just note this: once the tube is gelled, the mandrel is placed in oven for curing. So what is this gelling? So if you observe this thermoset resin, initially the viscosity of the thermoset resin will be very less actually, so that the fibers get impregnated, and when you do the curing, it will become in the form of a gel, where gelation is a property where there is an increase in the viscosity. So viscosity will first increase, and after that it will further increase when you kept it in the oven. So that here it is a process by which the viscosity will first, in the initial stage it is less, and then when you do the infrared curing it will become higher, and then again it will be less, and then again it will be higher. So it is a process that happens. So after when it is kept in the curing chamber, that time what will happen? The curing will take place, so that the cross-linking between the fibers and the resin take place to form a composite. And then it is removed from the rotating mandrel with the help of the pins, and then the manufacturing is completed. Okay, so it is an advantageous method which has many advantages, like high strength to weight ratios are possible to be obtained by this process, and high degree of uniformity and via orientation and placement, this is possible. And since it is an automated process, human involvement is very less, or even without human involvement also it is possible to manufacture if the design is properly set. So it is used to manufacture the composite parts with requiring precise tolerances. So that is an advantage. So if you want to make a fiber orientation in some particular direction, that is possible. That flexibility is there. Design flexibility is there, so that you can change the winding pattern, material, and the curing option. That is possible. Size of the component is not restricted. So if you want to make a different size, in that case you have to use a different mandrel. The rotating mandrel size has to be used in a different way, so that you can get a different size. And if you want to make a high production, in that case, if you produce more, then the cost involved can be minimized, because the process automation results in the cost saving. That is advantageous. And the cost of the composite process part produced through this filament winding is comparatively lower than the other manufacturing methods, because this process involves less and low cost to produce the high strength component. That is advantage. There are a number of advantages, but there are also other disadvantages. Since it is an automated process, the initial investment capital which is required to make this setup is higher. And also, if you want a very precise tolerance, that is with a very less mistakes happening, and precise control, if you want accuracy, so in that case you have to you have to control the mechanism in such a way that uniform fiber distribution and fiber orientation can be made possible. And also this control, if you do not make, then in that case it will be difficult to obtain the uniform fiber distribution and orientation. And here the composite product configuration be such that it will facilitate in the mandrel direction. So whatever the mandrel direction is there, depending upon that only the composite can be made. And so the problem is it is not possible to produce the reverse curvature. It will be moving in the clockwise direction. So there it is not possible that where if you want to make a design in where you want to first reverse curvature in the reverse direction, if you want to wind or make some first layer in some particular direction, second layer in some reverse direction, in that case it is not possible to make such a design. So it will be like a clockwise uniform type of a rotation only will be possible. So the reverse curvature is not possible. And here fiber direction cannot be changed within one layer of winding. So for one layer, it will be going in the same lateral direction. So the design will be kept same only from in the lateral direction. So that flexibility is not there. But there is a possibility to control the fiber orientation by keeping it in a different angle. You can keep to maintain the orientation, and that flexibility is provided. But it cannot be changed within one layer. Within one layer, if you want to, for example, first layer, if you are putting, and in that first layer itself, if you want to change the orientation, that won't be possible. So these are the disadvantages that are observed, but comparatively the advantages are higher when compared to the disadvantages. And if you see the applications, there are many applications like automotive drive shafts, golf club shafts, helicopter blades, aircraft fuselages, that is the aeroplane parts where there is a fuselage, and oxygen tanks, pipelines and fishing rods, spherical pressure vessels, conical rocket motor cases, and large underground gasoline storage tanks. So all these kind of products can be made. If you observe, all these products are actually, it is made up of the cylindrical shaped hollow. It is the cylindrical shaped products, and which is hollow in nature, where something can be stored. Those can be kind of shapes can be produced out of this filament winding process. Okay, that is about this filament winding. This is what I have explained in the last lecture also. Did you understand?